Hi, today we're going to use the native AI functionalities that Toddle provides you. And yes, you heard right. Toddle can provide you native AI functionalities because your iPhone, your MacBook, your computer, your Android phone, they all have access to the native browser text-to-speech API, which is kind of like mini 11 Labs in way worse, but it's kind of AI. Kind of. Like, if 11 Labs is AI, that's AI too. So, clickbait, how to use the native AI functionalities inside of Toddle. Not clickbait title, how to use the browser text-to-speech API. So let's get right started and let's do this all natively in Toddle. We're going to write a little bit of code. It's one line, I'll promise you. So let's get right started. So first, I want to start out with a form. So we want to add a form, but before we turn it actually into a real form, I want to make sure that the background is white. So let's go to the background here and let's make this beautiful white. And then we can have the font 700 and we go to the form and we make it beautiful. And we have it already gray 50. We give it a width of 25 rem and a height of 25 rem, for example. And now I give this the border radius of the border radius, the border type should be solid. So solid. And we give it a border width of 200, a border radius of 15. It looks beautiful, but I don't see the border. It says none. I don't want it to say none. It should be solid. That's a solid border. Look at that. Beautiful. So now let's add a text area in here. And those are already pre-styled. Ooh. So I want to make this width 100% and height 100%. And then I want to go on this 3 in here and I want to make this flex 1. And I'll tell you later why we're going to make this flex 1 because there is a meaning behind it. I want to go to background and clear the background. I want to go to font and make it 700. And now here we go. Now the side padding should be 1 rem and the top and bottom padding should be 1 rem as well. And I did the wrong one. Oops. First of all, on the form, I want to have a side padding of 0.5 rem. So it has a padding, the text area in it, and a top and bottom of 0.5 rem as well. And now in here, I want to give this a background that is white so it stands out a little bit. Oh, that was the font color, not the background. Let's go to the background. The background should be white. Beautiful. And the font color should be still 700 gray. Let's give this rounded borders of 10 pixels. And then let's make the outline also, oh no, not the outline. Oops, sorry. The border should be gray 200 and solid. Beautiful. Look at this work of art. Isn't that magnificent? And now the side padding should be 0.5 rem. And the top and bottom padding should be also 0.5 rem. And look how beautiful this is. This is amazing. Beautiful. Beautiful. Actually, we can make it even more beautiful and make it 1 rem. Oh, it's even more beautiful. It's amazing. And then we can go to attributes and we can go to the placeholder and we can type in the text that you want me to say. Type in the text that you want me to say. Boom. And then I can go on the form and I can add a button. And now I can go on the button element, not the button text. And I make this with 100%. And then I can go on the top and bottom. I can make the 0.75 rem and the side padding 0.75 rem as well. I center the text by doing flexbox center. And then I'm going to make the text in here 15 pixels, and the background should be black, gray 800, and the font should be as light as possible. We want to give this 10 pixel rounded borders, and this looks pretty good so far. So what we want to do now is we just want to make sure that they don't kiss each other because they are very close. So I want to go on the form element and I want to go to this section here. This will give it a gap and I can do 0.5 rem. I like giving it the gap, the same gap as I gave the side border, so it's a nice unified border. Beautiful. And now I can go in the text area, and on the text area I go to attributes and I add an attribute for style, just like that, and I can do resize none. So now we get rid of this ugly thing, just like that. So now we can't resize it and we got rid of this little check. Super easy. So now we have resize none and we have this beautiful form here. Now I just want to say, make me talk. Here we go. So we got the UI working and now we're going to go to the logic. And we need a little help of Claude. So let's build a custom action today in Toddle as well that uses the internal browser API. So let's talk to Claude and let's ask it, make a simple JS snippet in vanilla JS that uses the native browser TTS, text-to-speech API to turn text into speech. Please don't use any functions. I just want pale JS. Here we go. Please don't use any functions. I just want pale JS as minimal as possible. Thanks. And now we're going to let AI do its magic, and we see it's pretty pale, and I love it. Here we go. Let's copy this. And now we go to Toddle, and now in Toddle, we can go on the file section here, and we can go to actions, and we can create a custom action. We can call this TTS, text to speech. And let's create this. And now we have code. Don't get scared. So in this function here, we want to write our code. We don't want to touch the first line and we don't want to touch the last line. But in between here is where the magic happens. So let's give it some space. Beautiful. And now we just want to paste this in here. But now you see this text, hello, this is a text of the browser's text-to-speech compatibility is hard-coded. We don't want it to always say the same. We want it to say the text that is in our input field when we click the button that is inside of our form. So what we want to do is we want to remove the string here and we want to pass on an argument in Toddle. Now, the way we handle input that is, like a dynamic input inside our custom action is using arguments. So we're going to go to arguments and we're going to click on the plus and we can call this name, message, and the sample message, and the message type will be a string because it's text. We want it to say text. So we have message string. So now in here, where we would normally have our hard-coded message, we want to type args, and we just click on args, we do dot, and then we already see message. This is this dynamic input here. That's all we need to do. So now we can exit this custom action, we can go back to our home page, and now if I go on the form, and I would go to events to make a form submit event, I would then go to form events, and I would go on submit. We already have prevent default, we want prevent default, and I would click on plus, I would have my TTS text-to-speech API, and it has already the dynamic input to have it say the message. Now, one downside that we don't have yet is we don't have any way of accessing any input that is written in this form. If we would type hello, we don't really have a way yet to access this hello in the page. So what we need to do is we need to click outside of the canvas, and we need to go to variables, and we can call this variable, for example, script. And we stored it empty. We have it called script. And then I go to the text area, and I go to attributes, and I click on bind to variable, and I make this script. So now when I type in here, hello, 1, 2, 3, and I look back at my variable, it's going to say hello, 1, 2, 3. So now binding the text area to our variable gives us a dynamic way to access the input that the user inputted inside of the text area. So now I can go on my form action, I can go to my events, on submit, and now in this TTS, I can go on the FX formula button, and I can change this to the variable containing the script. So now, when I were to run this,
hello 123.
It's going to say hello 123.
Hello 123.
Let me know if you can hear it.
Hello 123. Hello 123. Hello 123. Hello 123.
Hello 123. I was expecting it to say 1, 2, 3, but I get why it's saying 123. I may confuse it a little bit. It's not the smartest in the room. But here you go. Now we just gotta go on this button and remove the ugly hover state. Just click on this here and delete it. And now we have a text-to-speech generator. So I can do like, take a left turn in 15 miles and start using Toddle.
Take a left turn in 15 miles and start using Toddle.
So you can use this is like a cool prank generator for your friends if they're driving and they use it. It's the same voice as the native navigation voice in like like Siri. So you can just click on here and be like,
take a left turn in 15 miles and start using Toddle. Take a left turn in 15 miles and start using Toddle.
Take a left turn in 15 miles and start using Toddle. So you can do those things. It's a funny little prank app. It's pretty useless, but Andreas always says you gotta build more useless apps. And this is my first start in building more useless apps. I hope that this video was very useless to you and and that you learned still great value from it while building this useless app, and that you now understand how you can pass on dynamic data inside of your actions and also use native browser AI functionality, because everything nowadays is AI. And you can use the same principle to have like the AI read blog posts to you and all of that. You can even use all custom Siri voices. You can use custom male voices, custom, like the, male voices, female voices. You can use the custom Microsoft voices, the custom Siri voices. You really have a lot of flexibilities. If you want to learn more how to do those things, and if you want to get more information and more help on those advanced use cases, please feel free to look into the NoCode ProCode community at nocodeprocode.com. We have daily office hours 5 times a week, Monday to Friday, where you get help in, solving your roadblocks, learning, getting started in new things inside of your Toddle projects and Xano. And we also have great courses on there, clonables, and just a great value, and a supportive community in there to really help you build better web apps, build better projects, and make your customers or yourself even happier. I would love to see you in there. I think it's rather reasonable priced. But yeah, if you want to join, click the Get Full Access Now button on nocodeprocode.com. Submit like a little submission video, because it is a community. We want to make sure, that you're a good fit and that we can help you and that we can be supportive towards you, and, that the courses will be actually what you're looking for. But yeah, if that's something you want to look into, I would be more than happy to have you as part of it. Just send a little video, talk about yourself, and then we'll let you in. But, regardless of if you join or not, I'm just happy that you follow this YouTube channel, that you support me in watching that videos. I really appreciate your time, all your support, all your engagement. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you're going to use this text-to-speech API for. I can't wait to make the next video and to see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.